Loki, do you have any thoughts before we attempt our return to Asgard?
Unfortunately, I don't have any more insight than I did when you found me. I haven't the foggiest on what's going on with the place. It seems to both exist and not exist at the same time. It's Schrodinger's real estate.
So you didn't even see it become like that?
Well, yes, I sort of did. Uh, Heimdall, of course, killed me and I him. Dying aboard the ship of the dead seems to be what bound me to it, so tethered as I was, I couldn't see the ashes of Asgard that well. The far outlying buildings were destroyed utterly, and I can only presume the stone ones weathered Surtur's flames much better, though I'd not venture the same for their contents and occupants. Over time, what I could see of the fallen realm slowly took on the shadowy, semi-spectral appearance it has now.
Speaking of the occupants, did you see anything of Ragnarok's survivors? The gods fated to live?
No, I'm afraid. I think Nalfar must have absorbed my spirit throughout itself, because I had a devil of a time extricating myself from the ship and pulling myself together. That took around a year and a half, I want to say. By that time, if anyone remained around, they weren't close enough to the coast for me to be able to look out from the deck and see them.
Do you think they left?
Probably. I mean, if they survived what was supposed to be the end of all creation, who knows what they decided to do? They could stay in a burned-out necropolis, surrounded by the trauma of knowing their forebears all died around them, or they could start over, go somewhere new, perhaps bring together other survivors they found into a new community of inhabitants from across all of the Nine Realms. Maybe they went to Midgard like you did. Who knows? Not me, I can tell you that for certain.
Well, if it's safe to walk in Asgard, we may at least find signs of them one way or another.
What about those giant beetles we saw when we first tried to go there? What do we do about those?
Loki, you can still use your shape-shifting magic, yes?
Of course.
As I assumed. Can you also use it on others, or only yourself?
Oh, I can use it on more than just myself. If I pushed myself a bit, I'm sure I could disguise the entire North Pole.
I'd assume then that the plan is we all turn into beetles to hide among them.
Obviously, yes.
How do we communicate if we're beetles?
I'll join our minds together with telepathy. We'll be able to think at each other.
That's going to feel weird, I'm sure. I've only ever talked with my mouth.
It will take some getting used to, yes. I apologize in advance. Also, before you voice the concern, no, we'll not be able to see into each other's minds. I've already thought of that, believe me.
Yeah, you don't want to experience my fight with those snowmen. It was pretty intense. And painful. So are we ready? Yes, I think we're as ready as we're going to be. Are you sure you should do this? What if those beetles or something even worse do to you what Ragnarok could not? That is why I have prepared you and Balder both. Should I not return from our expedition, it falls to you two to enact the Evergreen Protocol and continue Christmas. I've placed a charm on the reindeer, so they will know if it would not be safe for them to remain. In that case, you will know the time for the protocol is at hand, and you, perhaps both of you, will stand in my black buckled boots. Should I not return from our expedition, it falls to you two to enact the Evergreen Protocol and continue Christmas. In that case, Thor, you will stand in my black buckled boots, with Balder managing operations. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. We've already got a perfectly good Santa right now. I don't want to have to worry about who's going to drive the sleigh, and I'm terrible with logistics. Let us not dwell on such thoughts. This is an effort to see if it's possible to reclaim our homeland. Our hearts should be full of joy and hope. The chance to once again walk the halls of old is at hand. It will not happen today, to be sure, but scouting is the first step. Just take care, all of you. Even you, Loki.
Oh, you. Talking isn't going to get this over with any faster. Let's do it.
Aye, fly, my herd! Aim for that point in the sky! Steel yourselves, friends. While I am optimistic about this day, we cannot drop our guard.
Ah, the plain of Vigrid. It took this land quite a long time to heal from being covered in cosmic flame, but now that I get a good look at it from a different angle, it's done so quite nicely.
Reindeer, take us low. We want to avoid being spotted.
You know, Loki, I'd think you'd have some stronger feelings about being back here, considering you were bound to Nalfar for so long and you kind of died here.
Dying actually hurts less than you'd think it would. At least the way it happened to me. That dart hit me straight in the heart, and that was all there is to it. How about you, Loki?
Oh, mine was pretty quick too. A nice, clean beheading it was, just whock, and the next thing I knew the world was spinning and my hair, still curled into the shape of horns from all that time bound up, stuck itself through a gap in Heimdall's helmet, killing him in return. He didn't see that coming, did he? Ah, I remember my last conscious thought was, ow, when he fell and my head hit the ground along with his. Then everything went black until I ended up on Nalfar.
You two are disturbingly at ease with talking about your own deaths.
Ah, well, my squeaky-voiced friend, I can't speak for Balder, but I've had a lot of time to process the trauma and work through it. Part of that, in fact, is me choosing to remain in this form. I could look like my old self anytime I wanted, but I don't. That me is dead. I'm a new man, or giant, as it were, so I may as well look like it, and that's really helping me separate myself from that. How about you, Balder?
You're certainly more at peace with it. I was just speaking to it hurting. I'm still not okay with what happened, but for the sake of moving forward, I've got to work on that.
That's more than fair, and I must say that I do greatly appreciate you showing me that grace.
I hope you two are done reminiscing because we're here. Rudolph, set us down behind that hill. All right. Loki, once we get out, turn us into deer or something else that wouldn't look out of place. Then we'll go somewhere relatively near the beetles, but out of their sight, then become beetles ourselves. We should be able to move among them undetected. Just a minute. They make a loud humming noise, right?
That's right, they do, and I don't hear even a hint of it.
Perhaps they don't always do it?
It's possible, but I have a feeling something more is afoot.
Let's just go with the plan as it is. We don't want to be caught with our pants down. There! Let's go.
Aye, time is a thing we must not waste here.
I don't see any of the beetles in the distance.
That building, right there, with the destroyed wall, that should be a good place to hide and transform again.
Good eye, Herbie.
Right. And we're beetles.
Disturbing, yet accurate.
Now I want this trip over with even faster.
The shadows are receding much more now that we're getting into Asgard.
Yes, but only in a radius around us, it seems.
Let's spread out. Just a bit. We'll see what that does to the effect.
It looks like each of us is our own focal point.
Yes, the shadows are receding relative to each of us individually.
Interesting. Let's come back together and continue exploring.
Where are they? We'd barely set foot near the walls last time before the beetles came.
Never complain about a missing threat.
Oh, I'm definitely not complaining. But them being missing makes it seem like something is really, really wrong.
You didn't let me finish. Don't complain about the threat being missing so much as you should worry about the thing that made the threat missing. I think we're all doing exactly that. Ah! I think I see some of the beetles up ahead. What's going on? They're not humming and they don't seem hostile at all. In fact, they look like they're deconstructing the buildings to clear space. Oh! I say, look over there in the distance.
Is that some kind of spaceship?
Oh no. No. It looks like there is a big X on the nose cone. Oh, I don't like where this is going at all.
Wait, look at the beetles' heads. They'll have some kind of device on them.
Yes, it's some sort of blinky thing with an antenna. By my beard. Someone, and I suspect I know who, must be controlling them. But why? And how? Loki, change us into birds so we can find a spot that looks less shadowy. I'm afraid I should do that myself. I'm the only one of us who's experienced enough in shapeshifting to have been any sort of flying thing, and I tell you, it takes some getting used to. You don't want to go crashing into something, believe me. Unfortunately, if I change alone, the charm will drop for the rest of you. Just do it. I don't think they're paying attention to what's going on around them anyway. We'll wait over there in what used to be the Storm Spear Tavern. Hurry. We still don't want to be here any longer than we need to in case I'm wrong about them not paying attention. Oh, why did you have to say that name? I miss the place now. I had a lot of good times there. All right. I think I've found the place. Where? Glitnir. Glitnir? You mean Forseti's Hall? Golden roof, silver pillars and all. Glitnir? Whoever's doing this is in my son's judgment hall? Someone's halls are about to get decked. Yes, it is of serious concern. If this is who I think we all think it is, that would indeed be an affront to the realm, even as it is.
Loki, how clear is the path from here to there?
Not very, I'm afraid. We wouldn't be able to get through the crowd of beetles. Could you see the Hlithskjalf? And if so, were there beetles between it and Glitnir? Yes, and the path between the two was clear, though I don't see what that matters right now. You will. It is a good thing this place was still at least somewhat standing. I made a hidden passage in it known only to me and the owner, whom I had sworn to secrecy. It will take us straight there.
You had a secret passage between your high seat as chief of the gods and a bar?
I wasn't exactly drinking eggnog in those days, Herbie. Now, follow me back here. This is a much easier fit now that the interior walls have burned down. It's a good thing that not only did I bind the opening to Gungnir, but that I still have Gungnir. Now, let us go. We must stop whatever's going on. Huh. Not only is the place not even shadowy, it's in surprisingly good condition. As was Hlithskjalf. It must be the fact that they're a bit away from Asgard proper. I think surrounding terrain shielded them somewhat from Sutter's flames as well. Well, you're here. Are you going to come in or not?
A drone?
Would you expect anything else? From Elon Musk? I should say not. Well, let's stop dilly-dallying. Enter! What has he done to this place? It's a nightmare. And it's full of beetles.
Access points, Ethernet wiring. Elon Musk has turned Glitner into some sort of tech hub.
Oh, not just a tech hub, the tech hub. Come on, I'll show you. Oh, I'm certain you'll show us something, all right. It's right over here, by this old chair. Nice sturdy construction that, by the way. Turns out the Asgardians really knew how to make things. A dwarf made it. Are they not Asgardian? Do you only know the Asgardians of Marvel Comics? Just the ones from the movies. I mean, who has time to go back and do all that reading?
You do, you tinsel stringing!
Herbie, easy. Do not let this modern-day Edison get you out of your spirits. Edison? I appreciate the comparison. Don't. I meant it in that you make obscene amounts of money by taking the credit for things other people do. Ah, so you're familiar with my work. Oh, I'm familiar with your work, all right. I follow it closely. Huh. I wouldn't have thought Santa would pay close attention to Silicon Valley. I don't. I'm Santa Claus. I'm aware of all the world's children, and your prolific work in that regard is something I wish others could be credited with, instead of you. Ah! Oh, yes, those. Anyway, take a look at this tablet. With what my surviving engineers have been able to do alongside these giant beetles, I'm going to turn Asgard into a data center and communications hub. It'll be Starlink, but across dimensional barriers. Do you even understand what you're doing? Do you understand where you're doing it to? What the place you're standing in is? It's some old Viking-y building with a roof that's dynamite for conductivity. I mean, it's pure gold. I'm aware of that. I helped build it for my son Forseti, god of justice. God? Look, I make Santa Claus, the Grinch, and some elf, but who are you exactly? I mean, you look vaguely like that one hydraulic press guy from YouTube, but as far as I know, he's just some Finn. I don't know who you're talking about, but I will tell you who I am. I am he who died by his brother's hand, then returned from the realm of the dead only to find all around him burning in Ragnarok. I am he who fled with who you now see as Santa, and who you dismissively call simply some elf, along with scores of his fellows, to the world of mortal men, transforming into a beast, eventually regaining his dignity only to come here and find that you have profaned the place where none left aggrieved and intend sacrilege against all of us, living and dead. Us? Who's us? See, you misbegotten pustule of humanity, who I am, here in this place, where I can still feel the power of old, see the god of light as he was. Oh, my. Beetles, get them!
Oh no, he's not.
And see him now, as he'd been more recently,
and is again. You having driven him back into the burning embrace of abject Rage!
Let's get out of here!
Yes! I shall cover your escape and take this fight outside, where I shall have room to not damage the hall.
Boulder, get hold of yourself!
Brah! I've no need of hold of myself. I need only hold him. And then only long enough to crush his skull in my hand.
I've summoned the sleigh. Calm down so we can get out of here. The reindeer will not be able to fly in the face of your fury.
After what I have seen here, I may be calm when either I am once again dead, or he is.
Then forgive me for resorting to my emergency stun. Come, you skittering horde. If you must fight someone, fight me. Fight the highest of the gods. Fight the one who still rightfully rules these lands despite his absence. Yes, fight him. Oh, he's Baldur again. Quickly, hie you back with Baldur and bear him with you onto the sleigh. Roar! Fight he whose son called the thunder afore I sent the lightning! What about you? I have seen more than one hand. Now go! Remember the Evergreen Protocol! Fie upon thee, humbugs! Fight he who gave an eye for wisdom! Contend with he who sacrificed himself to himself!
Do as he says, or there'll be no Christmas.
Fight the Wanderer, the Wizard! Fight Odin, God of Gods!
Fly, Rudolph! Fly like you've never flown before!
He's going to die down there, isn't he?
Believe me, if he cared, he'd have prevented it. I'd guess he was fully prepared for this to happen. In which case, who knows what'll come next?
I do.
You do?
Yes. Christmas. With this big lug in charge of the whole affair, and Thor carrying it out.
And that's what happened.
So, what happened to him? We weren't there long enough to see, and honestly, I'm thankful for that. I didn't need to see what I'm sure came. There were so many of those humbugs, as he named them, that I very much doubt he could have withstood the onslaught for more than a minute or two after we left. And even that's probably generous. You know, I do not grieve him. Knowing him, his death was another one of his plans within a plan. Still, we shall honor him by observing his orders. Attention, all North Pole inhabitants. This is Thor, speaking in my father's stead. Following his most recent journey to Asgard, Santa will not ride this Christmas. Per the instructions my father left us, enact the Evergreen Protocol. This is not a drill. I repeat, enact the Evergreen Protocol. This is not a drill. Huh. I'm not sure I've ever actually been down here before. Well, time to get to work. Well, Boulder, I don't think our first Christmas together went half as bad as I thought it might have.
Thor! Balder! You need to see this!
What is it, Herbie?
Elon Musk posted this picture 35 minutes ago!
So? He posts idiocy aplenty all the time.
Yes, but this is a picture of the North Pole. The caption reads, "It turns out Santa's real, and he lives right here on Ellesmere Island in Canada." Then it gives our exact coordinates.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. Well, roll my storm clouds.